Good morning and good afternoon, and welcome to the Imps View podcast show with me, Cornell B / DJ Cornell B in the house, DJ producer, back again with another video, match reaction time to Lincoln City versus Blackpool last night, where you just saw Lincoln City drew 1-1 with Blackpool at Bloomfield Road. First of all, I got to say thank you very much to the 529 subscribers who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Make sure you smash a like, make sure you leave a subscribe on the subscribe button, and leave your thoughts about last night's game and your thoughts and your reactions. What went well, what didn't go so well. Love to get it up to 530. It'll be very appreciated. So keep on smashing your likes and leaving your comments and leaving the subscribe button pressed on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. So let's get into the match reaction. So last night you just see Lincoln City playing against Blackpool, a very drill side who's got a brand new manager like Steve Bruce, who's one of the greatest of all time. Obviously, who's played for the biggest clubs in the world like Manchester United, who's managed Hull, who's managed Birmingham, who's managed Stoke, who's managed Newcastle, and right now who was in retirement, and now who's obviously managing Blackpool. Obviously, we saw some changes being made last night. Obviously, we saw the return of Jeffries. We saw, we saw Moylan keeping his place. We saw Hamerrrrrrr playing up front with Hamerrrrrrr up front. Honestly, I've got to be honest, it was carnage, honestly. Honestly, we didn't see Ben House play yesterday because of a suspected broken nose and could be out for a few days. It could be longer than that. It could be months. We don't know exactly, but obviously he's going to be assessed. But honestly, it was an opportunity for the likes of Hamerrrrrr, McCarmer, Draper, and Street, to really step up and show what they're capable of up front. But honestly, I've got to be honest, the 5 minutes of the game, I thought we were good in the first half, especially that 5-10 minutes of the game, where especially the cross from Dariqua into the box, Jeffries put it wide behind goal, towards goal, past the post, and we had two chances. We had two chances with Jeffries. We had a chance with Moylan as well. So, honestly, I think even that ball that Moylan put through to O'Connor, unlucky not for him to not get we could have been 1 or 2 goals. And then 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes of the game in that first half was all Blackpool. Blackpool was all over us. They were peppering us up so much, and we had to defend for our lives. But obviously, George Wickens, honestly, save after save after save, even though he was unlucky not to actually get his 3rd clean sheet, because he was the man of the match last night, and he made his difference absolutely so heard, and his impact properly known. And you can see the improvement and the improvements that he's actually doing as a keeper, and it shows that George Wickens is destined for more things and more greater things to happen. And I thought the saves that he made was outstanding. I've got to be honest, as I say, the first half wasn't our very best of games. It wasn't our best good. We lacked that quality in the final third. And, honestly, the service again to Hamerrrrrr and McCarmer was lacking. Yes, there were times where we got forward and we created chances, but everything was Blackpool. And every time they conquered us, every time they got our defence, we had to defend for our lives. And George Wickens, even the crucial saves that he made in the first half, they were outstanding. And that was the reason why George Wickens was man of the match last night, because of his heroics. If it wasn't for him, we would have probably even lost. We would be losing 1 or 2 goals last night if it wasn't for George Wickens, because he made a difference in that game last night. Half time, I was pleased that we drew the game 0-0. We had to go in at half time, and I even tweeted and I said, listen, we need to make a change now. McGrandles was getting a yellow card. Honestly, I was even thinking if he actually was still on the pitch, he was one card away from a red card. And honestly, the change had to happen. It had to happen. And then Bayliss came on at half time, made a decent impact as you would expect him to do. But honestly, it was the same thing. We lacked that sort of creativity in that midfield, and that's the reason why we went a goal down. That's the reason why why we went 10 men down, because of Jackson's foul. Jackson didn't have to do any of those things. Jackson didn't have to make the foul. He knew he was on a yellow card. If you know you're on a yellow card, you stand your ground and you play your role as experience. You are an experienced centre back. You shouldn't be making no fouls. You shouldn't be. Yes, of course you're going to make a tackle as long as you time the tackle and you do it right. But you know you're on a booking, just like McCarmel was on a booking. And that's the reason why Skabala had to take him off and replace him with Draper. That's the reason why, McGrandles went off at half-time and being replaced by Bayliss. But, honestly, Jackson, I like Jackson and I like Adam Jackson, and Adam Jackson is one of the best experienced defence centre-backs that we got, and his link-up play with O'Connor has been outstanding this season. Yes, I know some fans did question him last season, especially on his form, but like I said, every player is not the same. Every player is different. Everybody plays the way how they want to play. But honestly, you're on a yellow card. You're good. You are one booking away from a red card. Why mess it up? Why mess it up? Why? You didn't have to do that. You could have kept your cool, kept your head, and just timed the tackle. Yes, I know you wasn't probably getting much of the ball, but you didn't have to commit that foul. You didn't have to commit that tackle. And we went 10 men down. Skabala was out of ideas, saying, what does he do? Does he make the changes? Yes, he does. And he brings on Hammer. Outstanding, even though it was his birthday yesterday, turned 25 yesterday. Yeah? And then obviously you could see, and then we started to be vulnerable. Then we started to be isolated at the back. Three players coming back to obviously help out. And then bang, Joseph of Blackpool scores. Bang, 1-0 down. And Blackpool start dominating the game and start doing what they were doing from the first half. And you have to give it to Blackpool. They are a very, very drilled side. And Steve Bruce has got them playing the exact football that they're supposed to do. Last season they didn't do that. They missed out just like we did on top six. But honestly, I expect them to be in and around the top six, just like we, Lincoln City, will be finishing higher than sixth, but we'll be around the playoff area and never know around the automatics this season. But honestly, going 1-0 down pretty sucked. I was fuming, I was seething that we, Lincoln City, went to go down. But I was more seething at the red card situation, at Adam Jackson doing a stupid tackle like that. But honestly, he's a human being, he's a professional player, he'll learn from that. Right now, he's not going to be playing against Leyton Orient because that's a big blow. But it's an opportunity for, Tom Hammer and Lewis Monsima to step up. Depending on what's going on with Lewis Monsima, I hope he's not injured again, because obviously we can't afford to have any more injuries, even though that's the reason why we got depth in our team. But honestly, what we did when we went to go down, we gave everything we had. We brought the never say die attitude, and that's the most important thing about being a professional footballer, is you give your all. You give your hard working, positive impact to the game. And then Michael Skabala making more changes, as he always should do, and he brought on Ring and he brought on JJ McKeon. Those two players made a difference last night, and this is why I said picking the right players to play and being the starting 11 is so important. And what McKeon did is showed that why he needs to be in it. Eric Ring did the same thing, showed why he needs to be in the starting 11 and get more minutes and get more of a run in the team. Yeah, because when you got a strong bench and you got them strong options, they can really make an impact. And that was it. And I was even screaming at the telly. I was saying, listen, Skabala, make a change now. Make it now. Make it now. Bring them up. Bring more changes onto the pitch. And you know what? It worked. It wasn't for the changes, we would be in serious trouble. We would have lost, and that streak would have come to an end. But obviously, to be 13 away games unbeaten, it shows that we, Lincoln City, have the heart and we have the desire. And we started to try. Then we started tackling. We started to get at them. We started to hurt them and start being positive, saying, you know what? We're not out of this yet. This is not over, because you can be 1-0 up and you're thinking you're cruising the game, and then bang, the team goes and equalises, or even better, goes and scores the winner. Yeah? And honestly, when I saw 5 minutes of the game, 5 minutes of added time, I said, you know what? Even though I was fuming, but at the back of my mind, I was saying, I tweeted to Lincoln, I said, to keep believing as a team. Keep doing what they do best. And you know what? Those pesky Imps kept on believing. And you know what? What a ball. What a corner from Bayliss. Honestly. Bayliss crossing the ball in. Hammer obviously getting his head to it. Bang. 1-0. We're back in it. We're back in it. And the equalising goal is right there. Honestly. To be where we are in the table, to be fifth in the table, is an absolute achievement of this first half of the season, despite that it's early days, and it is. You know, there's more things, but I am so happy and I'm so proud of us Lincoln City, where we are as a team and where we are, because if you look at the team, if you look at the table many years ago, we was in a bad position in the National League. But honestly, when we had the Cowley brothers, but the Cowley brothers came around and got us out of the muck that we were in many years ago, and to now be where we are, and to be fifth in the table, to be 14 away games unbeaten, and to have played at least 5 games. Listen, I can be absolutely proud of our team right now and be proud of everybody who gave their all today, gave their all last night. Yeah, I'm just proud of this team of how far we've come, and there is more achievements to be held. But our main target for the end of the new season is to be promoted to the championship and to be playing championship football, ending the 64-year wait. Right now, we go into Leyton Orient with confidence. Right now, you understand, and that's the most important thing that we Lincoln City can do. But honestly, Eric Ring, he was so unlucky not to get that goal, because I think if he had just overkicked the ball on the right side, which he did, I think or a little bit in the middle, I think he would have that would have been goal of the season, and definitely that would have to be down as goal of the season and goal of the month. But he was so unlucky. But it showed that Eric Ring has got the quality and the ability to really run at defenders and hurt defenders. The more minutes he gets, the more better he is. I won't be surprised if he plays in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy as well too. But both him and McKeon have shown why they want to be starting on Saturday. And it's going to be a tough decision for Michael Scabala to use. But other than that, it was about the never say die attitude. It was about us, Lincoln City, showing the grit and the positivity and the determination that we, Lincoln City, want to. We'll not back down. We will not quit. We ain't stopping. And this season, you're going to see more of that this season. I'm telling you that. But other than that, yes, it wasn't the best performance from the first half or bits of the second half. But our never say die attitude was never gone, and it was never dead. It was about being determined to earn to earn a point and walk out of Bloomfield Road as sharing the points with both teams. Thank you so much to everybody that's been watching the Imps View podcast show. I'd love to get it up to 530. It'll be very appreciated. And also leave a comment down below and tell me your thoughts about last night's game. Who do you think played well? Who didn't play well? Where do you think the team could obviously have played well? And your thoughts. I want to say thank you. Have a nice day. Up the Imps.